We are live. Hello, viewers. How are you? I trust you're well, and thank you for joining us on this platform. So we are going to start at 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. sharp. So join us then once we start. So looking forward now to discussing with you. All right. So guys, I'm sharing the link with you right now. So guys, I'm sharing the link right now. So kindly check your messenger. Davis, I've sent for you. I've sent the link.
Yes, thank you so much. I've seen it and I'm on it.
Davis, I've sent for you. I've sent the link.
Yes, thank you so much. I've seen it and I'm on it.
Davis, I've sent for you. I've sent the link.
Yes, thank you so much. I've seen it and I'm on it. Yes, thank you so much. I've seen it and I'm on it.
So there's an echo. Where is the echo coming from? There is an echo. There is an echo. When we are online, kindly mute your line. If you are not speaking, kindly mute your line so that it doesn't interfere now with the live broadcast. Okay. So Jakem, don't mute yours because we are going to start with you, and then after we finish up with you, we are going to come to Davis, and then we are going to finalize with Wesley. All right. And if you have a device, if you have a tablet over there, just put it off, because if you are live on the on tablet and also live on your computer, you can hear now the echo. So Davis, do you have to do you have a laptop and do you have your phone and your laptop at the same time?
No, I'm using a phone. My laptop is not on, so I'm using a phone.
Good. Okay, good. So that maybe the problem might be with with Wesley. Okay. So yeah, all right. So let me also share the link. Platform. Yeah, now it's on. Wesley, can you hear me? Jakem, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, nice to hear. So I'd like to start. So viewer, my name is Violet Mbiti, and I am the convener of this particular platform, Real Talk show, hosted by yours truly, Violet Mbiti. So today we are going to be discussing what civil society organizations in Africa are doing to curb or even to combat the COVID-19 pandemic. So to start us off, I hold the position of the chair of the working group on political feminism, women empowerment, and women representation in African democracy. So I was elected by youth from all the regions in Africa. And as their lead, I decided that it will be good if we use this particular platform to share now about I think there is Can you hear me, Davis?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay, so it's like Vared is having problem with his internet. So I don't know if it would be good for Jackem to start.
Maybe should we wait for her direction because she's the convener, and it would be prudent if she guides us through the whole process. So to our viewers, we just ask that you be patient a little bit because I think there is a network error on her side and she's working out to see that we have this conversation.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think for the viewers, maybe you've just seen us. My name is Davis Damson, working for an organization called CSOs Malawi. Yeah, so I'm happy to be one of the panelists of this conversation on coronavirus. So as Jackem has put it, let's just wait a bit for the convener.
Yeah, so now I'm back. Hey, now the internet connection is just so tricky over here. So so let me start off by introducing now the introducing myself. So my name is Violet Mbiti, and I'm the convener of the Real Talk Show, hosted by Violet Mbiti. So the aim of this particular talk show is to discuss cross-cutting issues affecting the African continent, especially at this time of COVID-19. All right. The other thing is I also chair the working group on political feminism, women empowerment, and women representation in African democracy. So today I'm joined by three energetic leaders from one is from Malawi and two are from Kenya. So we have Davis Damson from Malawi, we have Wesley Kuta from Kenya, and we have Jackem Otete from Kenya. So what each of the panelists is going to do is I'm going to introduce themselves, and then now they're going to tell us what exactly they are doing with regard now to combating COVID-19. So Jackem Otete is a human rights activist here in Kenya. And the other thing that you also need to know about him is that he's the CEO of Bridge of Hope and grassroots coordinator for Global Youth Biodiversity Network Kenya chapter. So Jackem Otete was inspired to become a community activist after serving in the National Voluntary Service with challenges like female genital mutilation, low school enrollment, inequality of access to clean water and sanitation, and high prevalence rates of communicable diseases. So during COVID-19, he started an initiative, and they're implementing a youth volunteer program which promotes hand washing, mask production, civic education on COVID-19 prevention measures, hand hygiene using locally assembled materials to make liquid soaps, and training on youth soap making. So, Jakem.
Yes.
So, kindly tell us more on what you do, because there's a photo. I don't know whether you can see it on the screen.
Maybe you can navigate through. Okay, yeah, I can now see it.
Or you can now see it, eh?
Sure.
All right. So I'd like you to share the significance of that particular photo, especially at this particular time of COVID-19.
Excuse.
Okay. Thank you so much, Violet, for this opportunity. And as you have rightly introduced me, I'm Jakim Otete, and I am a young human rights activist. So the picture you are seeing on your screen, this is one area in Busia County. It is in Budalangi. Wesley, could you mute your mic, please? Thank you. So the picture you are seeing is flooded area in Budalangi, and it does not directly link with the COVID-19, but indirectly it has a link to the current pandemic. Because the people you are seeing there have been evicted from their homes, and they are now forced to live together in IDP camps. And now this one, when we visited the area, we saw how these people are, and we feared for them because that current situation violates the government protocols on social distancing. It also makes them not to adhere to the normal procedures that have been laid down by the government of Kenya. So the situation has put people at risk of catching the virus, which they could have not caught it when they were in their normal lives. Like currently, they are not in their homes; they are in IDPs. And what this means is scramble for everything. They scramble for latrines. They scramble for water. You never know who is touching what item. And all this scenario, if we don't move in and try to arrest it, these people, we may have an explosion of COVID-19, which could be another very sad situation in this country. Back to you, Violet.
Yeah. So thank you, Jakem. So even the other thing that you can also see from the picture is that there isn't even any social distancing, and this poses even a greater danger even now for the victims of this flooding. So the other photo I'd like to show our viewers is this particular photo. So what is the significance of that particular photo? You can see two ladies holding sanitary pads.
Yeah. These two ladies you are seeing, they are school-going children. They are in Form 1 in our local secondary schools. And they are children in vulnerable families, as stipulated in Children Act of 2001. And so in our area, children have been victimized by the so-called the border riders because of the inability to access basic sanitary facilities. These include the most important facility item for girls is the sanitary towel. So we understand the economic implication that COVID-19 has put on families, especially those from vulnerable families. They cannot trade off between the food and the basic sanitary items for girls. So when we leave them in a situation whereby they have to look for these items somewhere else, which means they have to look for boys out there who may give them these sanitary towels, it will be grave impact to our society. So to ensure that they are safely at home, that is one way of adhering to the COVID-19 protocol given by the national government, Minister of Health, that children should stay at home. So to help them or to save them from the hassle of the important items, as you are seeing them there, we are now voluntarily distributing to them free of charge, just to make sure that they don't go out there, maybe in search for them, and you never know, they may also come back with other effects of their funny era movement out there. So in a way, yeah. So this one is just to make sure that they are at home and they don't have to move and maybe be victimized by people out there who may be going for the so-called free sex.
So the next photo, viewer, you can see. So let me try and zoom it. Is it better?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. So viewer, you can see the next photo. They are called boda boda riders. All right. So boda boda is like yeah,
Yes.
means of transport for many people, especially in rural areas and also in urban towns. So what is the significance of this particular photo? What were you doing?
For sure, we really understand that there are some people who are at risk of catching the virus, and these are the boda boda riders. They carry people from different areas, even those who have just traveled from COVID-19 hit parts of this country. So what we did is we asked for philanthropists from within our reach to help us with gloves and also disposable masks. So we targeted boda riders with these items. One is to prevent them or to protect them from catching the virus whenever they are out there looking for or for when they're out there trying to earn income for their families. So we donated masks and gloves just to protect them from catching the virus, the coronavirus.
All right, all right. So there's also this other photo. What is the significance of this particular photo?
Sure. So the photo in front of your screen is showing a lady and a gentleman. That lady is a member of our organization, and that's our office. And the one who is being handed over a bottle of a liquid, that liquid is soap. He is the chairman of one of the boda boda associations in the region. So when we learned that these people don't adhere to the so-called regular hand washing, already the county government and other people had moved in and donated jerry cans to enhance them to enhance hand washing with running water. The jerry cans have taps, but then the issue came in that they don't have soap. So we mobilized, we sensitized them, and invited some of their representatives to our office so that we can give them liquid soap to use at their boda post in such a manner. I think soap washing your hands with soap is recommended as one of the measures to prevent COVID-19. So that Boda, the chairperson of that association, is being handed over the liquid to use for washing whenever they are at their working stations.
All right. Thanks, thanks, Jacob. And then now, so this is soap, isn't it?
Yes, that is soap.
So ready-made, or did you buy it from the supermarket, or tell us more about this particular soap?
Okay. You know, for any youth organization, the main challenge we have is fundraising or getting a donor who will trust the energy and support young people because they believe maybe we are not ready to serve. But the idea we came up with, it is an idea that seems to be sustainable in a way because we couldn't have afforded to buy the soap from supermarket, ready-made soaps. It's too expensive for us to afford. So what we did, we put together a few coins. We went to a local merchant who sells ingredients for soap making. We bought the chemicals, and within ourselves, within our network, there are people with the skills of soap making. So they brought in their skills. We made our own soap, around 100 liters of soap, and then we put them in 300 ml bottles. Then we started distributing to vulnerable families in our community. So the soap is made locally from the materials that are locally available in our markets. So we make the soap by ourselves, then distribute it for free to the vulnerable families, especially the elderly and children living in the vulnerable families.
Oh, all right. And then?
And then that is a mask. As I said, we have not ventured into mask production, but that is just a mask that were donated to us by some well-wishers, because now they were wondering how to reach the communities, and then they decided to identify themselves with us. So they donated some masks, disposable ones, and we decided now to give out to border people, and also we were targeting the businessmen and women in our local markets. So that one was just an awareness creation initiative that, as much as it may not be sustainable in a way, but it is as significant for you to have your mask on, because the mask will prevent you from either transmitting, if you have the virus, or contracting the virus if you don't have it. So it is an initiative that we were just trying to create awareness that masks are very important, and we even trying to demonstrate to them on how best to put it on. So we came up with posters and with graphics on how to put it on rightly and how to put wrongly. So, but again, we have seen that it has changed the attitudes of many. That now people, mostly border and even the larger community, people have now started putting on the locally made masks, which are not necessarily the medical masks, but the locally made mask. It was just meant to stimulate their minds that it's very important for us to have our mask on. So I was trying to challenge them that don't carry any passenger who doesn't have a mask, because neither you or the person is safe from COVID-19. And we are seeing many are trying to comply with it, whatever we are telling them.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for the brief. There's also this other photo. The smiling tailors.
Yes. So as you can see on the picture, two smiling women, and we we approached them, because as you see, the one there is Shisu clothes. So, and the other one with an apron is a business lady who owns a small shop in our vicinity. So our target was also to tell them that it's very important to have their masks on whenever they are interacting with the public, because as you can see, all of them are business ladies. So to protect them and also make them feel like there are people out there who value their health, who value their livelihood, we did that in a spirit of awareness creation. Then, after some time, we have seen the lady in the tailor there. She's now sewing or making sanitary, not sanitary, but mask for the community at a very affordable price. I think it's 30 shillings per piece. So our initiative opened her eyes, and she became so innovative, and she started making her own mask to sell to the public at a very cheap price. And the other one is also a business lady who accepted to have our posters on her shop just to sensitize the community or the public or the customers that they need to have their masks on in a move to jointly fight the COVID-19.
Oh, all right. So, viewer, if you have any question for Jakem, kindly post it, and then now we are going now to share it. All right. So, I can't see Davis. Davis, are you on? Or even Wesley has just has also disappeared, and he was just on right now. So let me remove now the screen. Yeah. So Jakem,
Yes.
so what is the impact of your initiative so far?
Okay. Youth Against COVID-19 movement is targeting to change the behaviors of our citizens, because we have realized that people don't take these issues with seriousness it deserves. So we wanted to be in front line as young people, because we are said to be energetic, and this is the time to prove it. We are said to be innovative, it is the time to prove it. We are said to be techno savvy, and this is the time to prove it. So we are trying to explore every means just to ensure that our people are safe from COVID-19. And as I said, we are, next week we will be donating 160 liters of liquid soap to the IDP camps in Budalangi, just to make them safe from the hygiene-related diseases. So in this move, because we have seen many people coming with relief food to support the families that have been evicted from their homes by the flooded water, but we're not seeing any single entity coming in to care about the COVID-19 and the health of these people, which also include communicable diseases such as cholera. So the soap that we'll be distributing will be strictly for hand washing.
Yeah, you can see that even Kelvin is congratulating you for the job well done. So I just wanted to ask, like, are you crowdsourcing the funds that you are utilizing, maybe even for use in the manufacturing of the mask and even the soaps? Where are you getting the funds from?
The funds that we are getting is mostly from crowdsourcing, because we are still young entity that doesn't have the muscles, the financial muscles to stand on our own. So we have capitalized on our numbers as young people. That's why I've said that I've mobilized many young people in my county and even friends who are not in the county of Busia, but they are residents of Busia County, and even those who are not just friends of Busia County. So we started or rather we registered for a paybill number, which some well-wishers are sending in their contribution to avert the situation. So that's how we are only crowdsourcing through a paybill number that we started to fundraise and be able to actualize or realize our goals.
Oh, all right. So thank you, Jakem, for the explanation. Davis,
Hello.
can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you, but I have the problem because I was using a phone and I think it has a problem. Now I'm using a computer, but it doesn't have a webcam. So I don't know if it's in order.
No, it's in order. Yeah, because like sometimes these things do happen. All right. So
Yeah.
viewer, I'm sharing the screen there so that you can get to see Davis Damson. Sorry for that. Davis Damson is from Malawi, and he represents an organization called CSOs. So before I continue, so Davis, what does CSE stand for? CISE.
Thank you so much. CIE stand for Community Initiative for Social Empowerment.
Oh, Community Initiative for Social Empowerment.
Yes.
So I'm going to read a short brief profile of Davis Damson. All right. Okay. So before I do that, yeah. So yeah, it's like your profile. A brief profile of, yeah. So your profile is it's like I misplaced it, but to be able to cater to that mistake, maybe what you can do, Davis, is kindly share about yourself so that people can get to know you more.
Okay, thank you so much. As I've already said, my name is Davis Damson. I'm working for CSE Malawi. CSE Malawi is a registered women-led NGO which protect and defend the rights of vulnerable and disadvantaged population. We envision a society in which the youth, women, and children are motivated and empowered to attain their fullest potential. And we believe that for us to achieve this vision, we endeavor to promote sustainable development in Malawi by ensuring that marginalized population, that's women, girls, youth, and core key population, displaced individuals, people with disability, prisoners are accorded their rights and equitable access to health, education, development services through research, social mobilization, capacity building, networking, and advocacy. So
Right.
I think that's what at the moment I can share with people for them to know who I am.
All right. Thank you for the brief, Davis. So viewer, I'd like now to now embark on now what Davis and his organization are doing in Malawi. So I'm going to read a short extract of what he had prepared. So Malawi is one of the countries with confirmed cases of COVID-19, according to available evidence. Compounded economic impacts are felt especially by women and girls who are generally earning less, saving less, and holding insecure jobs or living close to poverty. While early reports reveal more men are dying as a result of COVID-19, the health of women generally is adversely impacted through the reallocation of resources and priorities, including sexual and reproductive health services. So, viewer, you find that this reallocation of resources and priorities usually takes place at the government level, especially when dealing now with the national treasury. So you find that funds that they had earmarked for sexual reproductive health, now because of the COVID-19 pandemic, that particular fund is being redirected now to focus now on now this COVID-19, because at the moment there is no vaccine that has been found that can treat COVID-19. So if funds are reallocated that are meant for sexual reproductive health, so what is the impact of this? So you might find that women, when they go to the health centers, they might not find like even family planning supplies and even some key items that they need so as to live a productive life. And I am commending Davis even for the wonderful initiatives that they are doing. So with regard to COVID-19, what Davis and his organization decided to do, they decided to document women's experience through media lens. All right. So after that, we are going to talk about now the rationale. So Davis, what is the rationale that you used so as to document now women's experience through the media lens?
Okay, as one way of dealing with fake news, we thought of embarking on documenting the impact of COVID-19 among women through a documentary. So the aim was to gather impact stories and actual information on the impact of COVID-19 on women of various social backgrounds in the district of Mchinji, that's Malawi. So the assignment was also fit to directly with what JAS is an organization which provided a small grant to us to embark on the documenting the impact of coronavirus in Malawi. So the assignment was involved in the production of radio programs, which have started being aired on a number of community radio stations. So we did like an interview with so many women who are doing small-scale businesses around the district of Mchinji. So that's what we did to make sure that we are not speaking on behalf of them, but we allow them to speak on themselves. So they have shared a number of stories on how COVID-19 is affecting them. Like what you shared with the viewers, the impact on the access to SRX services, as well as the impact, economic impact, because they were getting a little something, but with the coming in of COVID-19, to generate enough income to sustain their families. So that's what we have done so far.
All right. So even like there's one photo that we are seeing. There's a lady who's dressed in pink. What were you interviewing her about?
Okay, so that one is a young girl. She's 18 years old. So she was complaining about the impact of coronavirus on access to family planning services. As of now, young people are failing to access family planning services because it's like the government has shifted their attention to fighting against COVID-19. So we don't have suppliers in terms of family planning in most of health centers. So that's what she was sharing, that it's very difficult now for them to access family planning services.
All right. So like there's also a photo. It's like you're in a shop, and there are 4 women.
Yes, those women were sharing stories to say they have been impacted so dearly that they are failing to generate enough income. They used to sell merchandise, like they go to Zambia to order some merchandise there and to sell back in Malawi. But since the borders are closed and there are so many restrictions, they cannot go there. So they are failing to make ends of their living because of that impact of coronavirus. So the lady in T-shirt is the one who are interviewing those women.
Ah, all right. And even I can see the T-shirt is labeled "Good Deeds Day."
Yes, I forgot to share with the viewers that I'm also the national coordinator of Good Deeds Day in Malawi. So that's why you have seen that T-shirt.
So what is Good Deeds Day all about?
Okay, Good Deeds Day is all about promoting doing goods to others. It could be a friend doing good deeds to his friend, or doing good to Mother Earth by either planting trees or taking care of natural resources. So in Malawi, we have a number of NGOs who are promoting the act of doing good. When it comes to fighting COVID-19, what International Good Deeds Day has done, they have provided a small resources to support us in buying sanitary items. So we'll start distributing them from 13th May 2020. So that's what I can talk about Good Deeds Day in Malawi.
Ah, all right. So like you mentioned that your work is based in Muchinji. So like, is it in the southern part of Malawi, the central part, or the northern part? Where exactly is Muchinji? Is it in the rural or is it in the urban area of Malawi?
Thank you so much, Violet. Nchinji is in the central part of Malawi. We are in the west because we border Zambia. So it's a rural district. Yeah, that's what I can tell you. It's in central part of Malawi.
Ah, all right. And then you had mentioned that the expected outputs of the work were this: that at least 5 radio programs produced and aired across Mchinji districts in the week beginning 11th to 16th May. So considering that today is 11th, so have you started airing now the radio programs?
Yes, we have started airing radio programs. What we have done that we backdated. We started last Friday, so we've played one radio program, and we are getting feedback after airing that radio program. And the coverage of that radio program, it reaches all the region in Malawi. So what we are doing, we are getting feedback from all the people, because it's like what the women are sharing is a true reflection of what is happening elsewhere in Malawi. So yes, we have started airing those radio programs.
All right. And what is the status of the TV documentary?
Okay, so we are about to finish TV documentary. If you remember, I shared with you the link. I think if you can use that link, you'll be able to see the work. So we are about to finish, I think by Friday this week, that documentary will be out, and I'll be able to share with the viewers if they are interested to see for themselves what the women are going through in Malawi.
Okay. So like, all right. So the documentary is not yet. If you have if you have the link, you can share with the viewer by sharing the screen. But if you don't, that is okay.
No, I have the link and I'll be able to share with the viewers, so they should not be worried. They'll be able to appreciate the work we are doing.
Okay, so I think what you can do is you see like the comment section of this particular. Maybe you can post it in the comment section so that they can take a look at it.
All right, I'll do that.
All right. So in the meantime, even as Davis is posting the link, I'd also like now to talk about another initiative by a young leader, and his name is Wesley Kuta. He's from Kajiado County, Kenya. Unfortunately, we've lost him online, but he had prepared something that we are going to use so that the viewer, you can also see what Wesley Kuta has been up to. So from the screen, I think you can see now that's Wesley Kuta. So Wesley Kuta is the founder of Youth for Vision, which is situated in Kajiado County here in Kenya. And Kajiado County is predominantly occupied by the Maasai community. So I guess even Davis, you've heard of the Maasais. So Wesley has come from that particular region. So Wesley is also a filmmaker and is also a philanthropist here in Kenya. So here is a brief profile about Wesley. So Wesley hails from Kajiado County, all right, and his organization promotes quality of life, health, and well-being with a specific emphasis on sexual reproductive health and rights, empowerment of women and girls, entrepreneurship, and skills development. So his organizations, together with his team, they donate food and clothing. They offer counseling, help in the rehabilitation of drug addicts, and they hold sensitization campaigns. He is inspired by the idea that young people can rise up and defend their community over social issues, helping nurture a better tomorrow. In 2018, they received an award from the county government of Kajiado, recognizing their work in cleaning up the slums and educating youths on the risk of crime. So during this pandemic, this is the initiative that Wesley Kuta and his team have been up to, all right? So they have been conducting public service announcements on local ghetto community radio station, as well as collaborating with other youth in the community to ensure everyone is sensitized on the dangers of COVID-19 and the risk of ignoring the government directive on preventive measures, like keeping 1.5 meters apart. And they have also been sensitizing members of the public on the importance of hand sanitizing. So just like Jakem had also mentioned earlier, Wesley and his organization have been able to procure masks, sanitizer, and other protective gear for almost 100 homes. That's 100 households and street families, with priority distribution to the underprivileged, disabled, and mothers and children. They also ensure that many community members as possible have access to clean water. So viewer, you've heard yourself the remarkable initiative that Wesley Kuta and his team are doing, all right? So without any further ado, is there anything you'd like to add, Jakem? Because now we are coming to a close.
I don't think I have much to say, but just to emphasize that Once I attended the webinar call, which was organized by African Youth Envoy, and they hosted the Center for Disease Control Director. And many young people asked the question on whether there are windows they can apply for funding to implement their initiatives, especially during this COVID-19. The response from the director was it was like a challenge back to us as young people, and I also want to challenge young people out there that let us not wait for things to be given to us. Let us fight for what we believe in and what is rightfully ours. As I've heard from David's presentation, he has been talking of, I think, something on governance and something on resource distribution. And this is where, as young people, we are totally disengaged. And it is high time to prove to the governments that as young people, we can really be trusted with the resources and we can do great things in our communities. So let us take up the challenge, do whatever little you can in your community, and you never know who is watching, because at the end of the day, you are putting a smile on somebody's gloomy face. So Youth Against COVID-19 is an initiative that was born after I attended that webinar call. So we are doing it not because we have much, but we are doing it because we want to also join in and be counted that we did something during these trying times in our country.
All right. So thank you, Jakem. That was such a powerful message, and I also joined the webinar, so we were together then. Yeah. So Ayachebi and her team are doing an exemplary job. So Davis, so what are your ending remarks? What would you like to add? He's disappeared again. But so viewer, thank you for joining us today. The talk today was really insightful. I got to know what is happening in Malawi. I also got to know what is happening in Kajiado County here in Kenya, and also in Busia County. You can see that each and every one of them has initiated something so that they can curb the COVID-19 pandemic. So that's why I'm urging you, youth who are out there, don't just stay idle. Find something productive that you can bring to the world. You have seen for yourself what Wesley has done. You have seen for yourself what Jakem has done. You have seen for yourself what Davis has done. So these are young leaders who now have put smiles on many women, many men as well, and many children. And if we continue doing this, the world is going to be a better place. So I want to say thank you for joining us on this particular live platform. If you've not yet subscribed to this channel, kindly go ahead and do so. So I can see that Davis.
Yeah.
Yes. Kindly share your final remarks, because I was closing the show. What are your final remarks, Davis?
Okay, thank you so much. I think this has been earmarking, because I have learned a lot on what Jakem yes, Jakem is doing in Kenya. I think we need to get connected, because we can learn a lot by sharing what we are doing in our respective communities. For the sake of Malawi, I think we are going through a lot because we have political tension here after notification of May 2019 election. So it's coronavirus and political tension, a lot of issues. But as young people, like what Jackie has shared, I think it's high time we start rising up and making sure that we are making ends in our lives. So that's what I wanted to share in the closing. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jakem. Thank you so much, Davis, and thanks, Wesley, for the contribution that you had shared earlier. So, viewer, thank you for taking your time, your precious time, and joining us today. So join us next time. So we are going to also feature other youth who are doing exemplary work this week. So we are going to feature them on Wednesday. So catch us live on Wednesday, and you'll get to learn what other youth are doing all over Africa. So this time round, we are also going to feature guests from even Liberia. All right, we've never featured a guest from Liberia, so we are going to feature a guest from Liberia and also other African countries. So thank you and God bless. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe, and see you soon. Asanteni. All right.